Hello and welcome to FPL, mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2020-21 season. My name is Dan. And I don't know about you guys, but every time that song plays, it gets me hyped. The song gets me hyped, ready for the game week ahead. Let me just put myself in the centre. There we go. Yeah, I get hyped. I know it's ready. We're ready for the new game week when I hear that song. Don't know about you guys. So, we're going to talk about all kinds of things. We're going to talk about captains, because I know I didn't make a captains video this week. That's fine. We'll talk a little bit about captains. We'll talk a little bit about who might start, who might not start, and who you should potentially start, and answer some of your questions. And at the end of the stream, we're going to do some quick fire questions. Last week, what was it? I think I answered something like 84 questions in 5 minutes. I'm going to try and answer 100 quick fire questions in 5 minutes at the end of this stream. Well, I say at the end of this stream, what I really mean is about at, 5 to 6:25 GMT. So in about an hour's time, just under an hour's time, I'm going to answer lots of questions really quickly. So yes, there we go. Who have we got in the stream today? Let's have a quick look through the chat. We've got FPL George, Siang, Fayad Finley, Dan Cross, the moderator extraordinaire, Louis Cash, Emil, the storyteller Nepal, Jonathan Cruz, the members. We've got some members. Jonathan Cruz, Adam Pearce, Mohit, Imera, Ajmera. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? So, yeah. What do we talk about first? Well, I think that the sensible thing to talk about first is to probably answer this super chat. Super chat from Stuart Davies. Thanks for the great content. Thank you so much, Stuart. It's really, really appreciated. Really, really appreciated. Hopefully you are enjoying what I'm doing. And thank you so much for the support. It's really, really appreciated. So thank you so much, man. Badri, yo, man. Sahil, Simon, what is up? So yes, let's. I think we nip the first question in the bud, which I think a lot of people are a little bit curious about, and that is, of course, is Kane gonna be fit for the Arsenal game? And the answer to that, FPL Giant didn't read my name. Oh, sorry, Giant, I did not see you, but I see you now. Yeah, Harry Kane, is he gonna be playing? Jaya Sealan, hello, mate. Yeah, I feel like he is. I feel like Harry Kane is 100% going to play 90 minutes against Arsenal. I know he's got that horrible cheesy Dorito of death. Actually, it's not a yellow Dorito. Is just a plain. It's a plain, no spice, no seasoning Dorito. Kane's got the Dorito, and it's not a big Dorito. There's no way he doesn't play against Arsenal. This is his game. This is Kane's FA Cup final. This is Kane's Champions League final. This is Kane's World Cup final. The games against Arsenal, they really are. That said, do I think Kane is the best captain option? Well, okay, if I had Kane, I feel like he is the safe option. So if you're feeling like the safe, sensible, probably the best captain option, then we are talking about Kane. We really are. But at the same time, I'm happy to captain someone else. It's one of those game weeks, I feel, where there's no standout captain option. I really don't think there's a standout captain option. There's loads of players you can go for. You can go for Kane, you can go for KDB, you can go for Bruno Fernandes. Some people are thinking about going for Salah, which I'm on the fence about captaining Salah, because it's a real risk, but it's one of those risks that could pay off. But more than likely, it's not going to pay off. Another super chat from Siddharth Patil. Hi, Dan. I have a decent starting 11 without making transfers, but I do have Barnes on the bench. Any replacements that make him play this week, or save the free transfer? If you're happy with your first 11, perhaps save the free transfer. That way you can have a little bit more flexibility going into game week 29, which is, of course, the blank game week. Lots of teams are going to be blanking in game week 29. Might be quite nice to carry a transfer into game week 29. The only players I would maybe suggest getting in now, if you feel like you're happy with your team anyway, maybe an extra Aston Villa defender, because Aston Villa play Newcastle this game week, which is quite nice. They play next game week in game week 29, and a lot of teams don't. And then, or in game week 30, they have a potential for a double game week in game week 30. So if I really, really wanted to make a transfer this week, I would be tempted by an Aston Villa defender if you feel like it improves your defense. If there's one defender or two defenders you're playing and you're not 100% sure on it, then maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one to go for. Bring in a Aston Villa defender. Yeah, I know the mic and the video is not quite synced. It's just lag. It's just lag. Unfortunately, I don't really know what I can do to fix it. To be honest, need a new PC. I'm not going to get a new PC until I move house because I've got to save. I've got to be very sensible and save all my money for the house move. And then once I've moved house, which should be in the next couple of months, then I can give myself permission to buy something, you know, that's for me. I say for me, it's for all of us. It's for all of us. But yeah, it'd be a selfish, not sensible purchase ahead of moving house. So otherwise, I can't wait to get a proper PC and you know, improve these streams. So just so it's less lag, but hopefully it's bearable. Simon Oakland says, I've got 10 minutes, then got to leave. Captain Bruno or KDB? Like I was saying earlier, there's really not much in it. I don't think there's a big. I don't think there's a big difference between all of the captain options. There's no standout fixture this game week, to be honest. So I wouldn't put too much pressure. Go with your gut. Who do you fancy? Do you fancy Bruno? Do you fancy KDB? I think, if I'm completely honest, if I had both Bruno and KDB, I would slightly favour KDB, I think. But like I say, there's really not much in it this game week. There really isn't. There really is not. So, what else have we got here? No KDB. Should I captain Sterling, Bruno, Kane or Son? I would probably not captain Sterling or Son. I would probably go between Bruno and Kane out of those two. So I'd say someone here, Keith Walker, says thoughts on Mount captain. Honestly, this game week is a game week where it might be a good time to go for someone a little bit differential, like Mason Mount, for example. Honestly, you know, if you want to just be sensible, you're happy with your rank, you're happy with your position in your leagues and stuff, then Kane is probably the one to go for. If not, you know, Bruno Fernandes and Kane, they're your standard, they're your standard players, right, that you just want to captain. However, if you do fancy a little bit of a spicy one, guys, and I know we like a little bit of a differential here, don't we? We like a little bit of a differential. It could be the game week to go for it. You know, we're talking Mason Mount. We're talking, you know, I've got Luca Dean in my team. I thought, Luca Dean against Burnley. Burnley not scoring a huge amount of goals. I do think there'll be a clean sheet there. Can Digne get some other goal contributions? If Sigurdsson doesn't start, Digne's suddenly on free kicks, corners. Starts to look quite nice. So, if you fancy a real differential, go for it. But if you've got KDB, he's still a little bit of a differential anyway, because a lot of people are struggling to get KDB into their team. People bringing in KDB this game week, I think it's a little bit too late. Yes, I know I'm saying captain him this game week, but if you're bringing in KDB, you want to bring him. Ideally, you want to bring in players for more than just one game week. Last game week was the time to bring in KDB. So that's why I did it then. This week, Fulham is not an amazing fixture. It's not like he's a standout captain, so I wouldn't bring in KDB just to captain him. He's not standout enough for that. And then he doesn't play next game week, and he doesn't play in game week 33. And then we've got sort of Champions League football, which might cause some rotation. So it's a tricky one. So I don't know. Yeah, it is a tricky one. Deep Kundu with a super chat. Start Rafinha or Traore? I'm hoping we're talking about Aston Villa Traore and not Wolves Traore. If it's Aston Villa Traore, Bertrand, then definitely start Traore over Rafinha for sure. Chelsea are just they're just so annoying. They're such an annoying defence. They really are. Teams are struggling to score against them, and Leeds, to be fair, struggling a little bit with finishing at the moment anyway, aren't they? It's tough. Captain Kane or Salah? Kane is the sensible choice. Salah is like a real risk. If you really fancy a risk, then you could go for Salah. But Kane is just the most obvious choice, to be honest. Deverant says thoughts on Tielemans against Sheffield. Not captain, just in general. Yeah, he could do okay. Simon Oakland. Dan says KDB, so Bruno it is then. Right. You can say right. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. You can wind me up as much as you like. My captain shouts over the last 5 game weeks, I've absolutely smashed it. The only one I missed was DCL on the double game week. But aside from that, I did KDB obviously last game week. Who was before that? I did Gundogan on the game week. He got 19 points. I did Son on the game week. He got 10 points. I've been doing pretty well for captains recently. So if you want to say that my captain curse is actually, we're doing pretty well at the moment for captains. We really are. So I'm pretty happy with that. Obviously DCL was a bit of a pain, but on that double game week. But aside from that, it's been pretty good captain wise. It's the rest of the team you want to worry about. The rest of my team really was kind of shocking last game week. The few game weeks before I've done quite well, but last game week was, oh my word, not having Bruno, not having Kane. Last game week absolutely destroyed me, and Shaw and Creswell, all of these really highly owned players that happen to be the highly owned players that I don't have, all smashed it out of the park. Quite crazy, but whatever. These things happen. Mohit says, if you had a bench boost, would you use it on your current bench? Love your content. Well, thank you very much for the support. It is really appreciated. Looking at my bench, I don't think I would on my current bench boost, because we've got Rafinha and Bamford against Chelsea, which I don't really like. That's not a fixture I would ever target. I'm not expecting a lot of points. 2 points each for both Rafinha and Bamford. I would not be surprised by that at all. Ben Mee against Everton. Burnley have just been so disappointing in defence. So the same situation with Pope. I don't know. I have no confidence in the Burnley defence either. So between not liking the Burnley defence and not being confident in the Leeds attack against Chelsea, I would definitely not bench boost my current bench. So there you go. I do hope that answers that one. Corey says Sanchez and Digne / Shaw out, Areola and Veltman in. I don't think there's any particular need to do that right now, / full stop, because, you know, Sanchez covers in the same way as Veltman. Both of them cover the same defence anyway. Areola, he's playing against Man City this game week, so I don't really like that. And Digne plays against Burnley, which is a good fixture, and Shaw is on absolute flames. So no, I don't think I would do those transfers. No way. Stick with what you got. Stick with what you have got. Hang on. Okay, Ewan South says, play one of Sofal, Rafinha and Bamford. Much love, mate. Thank you very much, Ewan. That is really appreciated, man. Who would I play? Sofal's against Manchester United. Rafinha and Bamford against Chelsea. It's really tough. I would be tempted by... Yeah, that's really tough. I wouldn't expect too much from any of those players, to be honest. I would probably be most tempted by either Rafinha or Sofal. Rafinha because of his form, even though the rest of his team lets him down. But West Ham are just in such good form as a whole team that there is this genuine possibility that they could keep a clean sheet against Manchester United. There's a genuine possibility, but it's just not very likely. Just as it's not very likely that Rafinha or Bamford will score. But I would probably flip a coin between Rafinha and Sofal, to be honest. So there you go. Shaw or Rafinha for first place sub. I would go for Shaw as my first sub there for sure. Yeah, for sure. There we go. I am sure about that one. Ganit says, mate, should I buy Kane for DCL? If you can do that in one transfer, then yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. FPL Giant says, let's smash the like button, guys. Let's see how quick we can hit 150 likes. Yeah, that'd be really appreciated, guys. If you can like the stream. Of course, subscribe if you're new around here. Really helps out the channel. Yeah, like the video. Liking the videos really helps as well. Like, you don't even realise, you know, an extra few likes on the video can really, really help the channel out. It really can. So all of those, you guys who regularly like the stuff, really, really appreciated. Really, really appreciated. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Kane or KDB captain, por favor? That's difficult. That is probably the most difficult thing, because if I had both Kane and KDB, I would really not know who to captain right now. I really wouldn't. I think it's too tough of a decision. But Kane is the sensible one for sure. De Bruyne is the riskier one. Olivia says, captain in Mount, you can't convince me otherwise. Honestly, I don't blame you. I really don't blame you for captaining Mount. You know, it's a good fixture against a team that doesn't even have anything going for them right now. They used to at least score goals, but now they're not even doing that. That was a good like spike. Yeah, it was. Thanks, guys. Do appreciate that. Yeah, Leeds are kind of struggling last few games, so I do. Yeah, Mount for captain is absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Go for it. Like I said, guys, if you fancy a differential captain this game week, then it's probably a pretty good game week to go for it, because there's no standout options. FPL Giant says, yes, Salah is out of form, but he's going under the radar. I don't know if he is going under the radar, because I think a lot of people are looking to captain Salah. I think a lot of people are. Probably more people are looking to captain Salah than is probably sensible. The thing is, Salah, his underlying stats look really good. Wolves' defensive underlying stats look really bad. So Wolves are not doing so hot in defence. Salah, he's still taking shots. He's still got a fairly decent expected goals. He's just not finishing his chances. And he is out of form. I mean, you say that, he got a goal in the Champions League, but then it's kind of like, is that enough to convince us? I don't know. I mean, I've stuck the vice captain on him just because I don't have the guts to captain him at all. And I don't like captaining and vice captaining from the same game. And I don't know who else I would be too confident in. Like I said, there's no standout options. I might even move vice captain to like Dino or someone crazy. That would be kind of fun. Dan is the best says, hi Dan. I hope when you say Dan is the best, are you talking about me? I hope you're talking about me, but you're not. Your name is probably Dan as well, and you're the best. So you're the best, Dan. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hi Dan. Is getting Kane now for a hit worth it? Salah / Ings for Kane / Rafinha, or leave to game week 29 when I'll have 2 free transfers and Salah's still here for this game week? Well, I mean, what you're basically doing is pretty much the same kind of thought process as I'm going through. Same thought process. Do I do it now and take the -4, or do I just wait until next game week? Now, my opinion is I'm going to wait for next game week, because I don't hate Salah for this game week, but I don't want him long term. I certainly don't want Salah long term, but I don't hate him for this game week. On the other hand, I'm still kind of waiting for news about whether Calvert-Lewin is going to have a double game week. Oh, I probably wouldn't want him anyway in game week 30. Also, Calvert-Lewin, I know he's been in bad form. I wouldn't captain him, but Burnley is a good fixture. So there's a lot of stuff telling me maybe I should just wait 1 week. Just be sensible. Don't take the -4. You can do this for free next game week, so why do it now? If you really want to captain Kane, however, then it might be worth doing the -4. If you're really convinced that he's the captain for you, that's always a factor. If you're taking a -4 to captain a player, then fair enough. But for me, I don't think it's kind of worth it. And I don't want to take -4s every single game week. Certainly don't want to be taking -4s for the purpose of game week 29, because I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's going to be high enough scoring to be worth taking those -4s, if I'm honest. Michael says, Kane or Gundo captain? Yeah, Kane. Over Gundogan, I would go for Kane. For sure. Like, when we're talking about De Bruyne, yeah, De Bruyne, it comes into conversation. But when we're talking about Gundogan, Kane, I would say, is the preference, yes. Because, like I keep saying, and some of you will keep disagreeing with me, which is absolutely fair enough, but you keep getting proven wrong every single time. Fulham are a decent defence. They proved it again in game week 28 and 27. Sorry, and this is kind of a little bit of one of my pet peeves, bugbears, gets my goat, winds me up. If people still refuse to accept that Fulham are okay defensively. Stop targeting Fulham, guys, please. Stop targeting them. Now, I say stop targeting them as a captain KDB. The obvious exception is where you've got a very, very good player. If you've got a good player in good form, you captain them against anyone. You know, if De Bruyne was playing against Spurs or Arsenal or Manchester United or Liverpool, he's in the captain conversation no matter who he's playing right now because he's in good form and he's a world-class player and you can afford to captain him against anyone. But then when we're talking about, you know, a Gundogan, yeah, he's been in good form. He's maybe dropping off a little bit now. Rotation is more of a possibility with Gundogan than it is with KDB. And it's less convincing, especially when you consider the fixture. If we're talking about, you know, a team lower down in the table, then yeah, absolutely go for Gundogan. But Fulham, they're not a team that I would target with any old player. They would have to be a special player. You know, an informed Kane, for example, you might go against Fulham. But you're saying that, Kane blanked against Fulham. Spurs only beat Fulham 1-0. As kind of expected. Man City, a great attack. KDB at the heart of it. You know, the best attack in the league at the end of the day. City are the best attack in the league. So even if we say Fulham are pretty good defence, that doesn't take away from the fact that Man City are the best attack in the league and KDB is the best attacking player in that Man City team. I'm dropping things. Matthew Vaughan says, hey mate, should I play at Bamford or Rafinha? I would probably play Rafinha over Bamford, but it's, you know, I wouldn't expect too much from either of those guys. I just prefer Rafinha as a player. I think he's really, really top quality. I really do. Zishan says, love the content, mate. I know you're an Arsenal fan, so would you wear a Spurs jersey for 100 more FPL points? Come on, you Spurs. Also, Bell for captain. What, if I could just magically get 100 FPL points, yeah, I'd stick on a Spurs shirt. I mean, the FPL, at the end of the day, 100 points in FPL, that would take me, like, into the top 10,000, wouldn't it? Easily. Top 5,000, maybe. So, yeah, which 100 FPL points, yeah, I'd wear a Spurs shirt. I probably wouldn't captain Bale, though. When we talk about Spurs against Arsenal, and, you know, Spurs doing well against Arsenal, what we really mean is Kane doing well against Arsenal. Kane is the one with the good record against Arsenal. Bale has no record against Arsenal. Well, I mean, not in recent years anyway, obviously. Now, if we go back a bit further, maybe that's slightly different. Don't underestimate Arsenal's defence. Don't underestimate them at all. Don't overestimate Spurs. Yes, they've had a few nice scores recently. They really have. But they have been against sort of Crystal Palace and Burnley, who are really, really out of form teams. Really, really bad teams. So Spurs have done well, and they should, you know, you should be, you know, if you're a Spurs fan, you should be over the moon right now. You're doing great. But don't overestimate Spurs and don't underestimate Arsenal. This is not a case of, oh, you know, Spurs are going to score 4 goals, Kane's going to get some goals, Bale's going to get some goals, Son's going to get some goals. Realistically, Spurs don't score. I mean, if in the best case scenario, they score 3, which obviously would be amazing, but more likely, Spurs are only going to score 1 or 2 against Arsenal. 2 would be a very good result. 2 goals for Spurs against Arsenal would be a good result. So, yeah, this is what I'm saying. Don't expect Kane, Bale, Son, all of these to haul. They're not all going to haul. One of them is, and the most likely player is Kane by a long stretch. One might haul. That's my opinion on that anyway. You might have a slightly different opinion, to be honest. You know, football is a game of opinions. That's just where that's just where I sit. I just can't see all of these players scoring loads of points. I really can't. In fact, I don't even think you should underestimate the possibility of Arsenal just beating Spurs, you know, 1-0, 2-0, something like that. It could easily happen. Very easily happen. But Kane has a fabulous record against Arsenal. I cannot argue with that. It's so true. He really does. He pretty much scores. It's like 1 goal per game. So, I mean, yeah, again, we go back to don't expect massive points. Kane's record against Arsenal is like 1 goal per game. So if you're expecting a hat-trick, you might be living in fairy tale land. I mean, but maybe I'm living in fairy tale land as an Arsenal fan, basically just praying that Spurs don't score that many goals. That's just my opinion. Game of opinion, guys. A game of opinions. It's a tough game week for captains. It really is a tough game for captains. Someone said they're a new sub. I've lost the message, but thank you very much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Every one of you who are can't talk. Can't talk. Talking too much about Spurs. That's the issue here. I need to stop talking about Spurs and talk about someone else. Right. The chat is lagging on my screen, as always. The technology on my end is appalling. So let's just get up my phone and bring up the chat on my phone and see what you guys are saying. Okay, so Squexy Play says taking Salah is the only way I get Spurs players. Should I do it or go without the Spurs boys? You do need Spurs players. At some point or another, you guys are going to need some Spurs players if you've got none. If Salah is the player to get rid of, then if you're doing a direct transfer, Salah to Bale or Salah to Son, I would seriously consider waiting one game week and using 2 transfers to get in Harry Kane. Or taking a -4 if you really, really want to. If you've got 2 transfers and you've got, like the other guy had Salah and Ings, he said he could easily swap to Kane and whoever else is a midfielder, then that's a nice one. That's a pretty nice one. Pretty nice pair of transfers there. Captain Dino or Cancelo, both high risk, high reward. Well, I say high reward. I really mean, well, I don't know how high the reward is with Cancelo, because like I was saying earlier, Fulham are a good defence. I would not be expecting that a player like Cancelo gets too many goal contributions. Is this not a game week where Cancelo's going to get a 19-pointer? Definitely not. Or anything above 10, really. It's unlikely. So I wouldn't be too convinced by Cancelo captain. But Dino's a little bit different, but his clean sheet is more risky. So Dino is very good chance Dino loses his clean sheet, in which case, in the mud. We're very much in the mud if we captain Dino. But if Sigurdsson doesn't play and Dino does, which is possible, then suddenly Dino looks like a fabulous option. And he is good. Getting in crosses non-stop. Last game was tough against Chelsea. But before that, he tries to get a few goal contributions, doesn't he? He gives it a go. So Dino I slightly prefer as a captain, but it is far riskier. I feel like with Cancelo, you're just going to get 6-7 points, double 6-7 points. You're on 12 or 14 points with the captain. And I think you need to aim a little bit higher than that. And I do feel like a player like Bruno, De Bruyne, Salah, Kane have higher ceilings, capable of scoring more points. So there you go. Ewan Eagle says, I'm really tempted to captain Salah instead of Kane. Talk me out of it. I'm not going to try and talk anyone out of anything, really. Kane is the sensible choice, but it's also the boring choice. Now, I don't want to. I go here too often. Talking about boring choices for captains. I don't really like a boring choice, particularly when I'm not happy with my rank and I want to push up. I don't want to pick boring captains, so I genuinely keep away from them. But boring captains are boring for a reason, and the reason is they're usually good captains. So if you're playing it, if you want, to minimise risk, then you captain Kane over Salah. If you want to take a huge gamble, and believe me, there is a very, very high chance of Salah blanking. There's like I'd probably say like 75% chance that Salah blanks against Wolves. But if he doesn't blank, then we're talking 9, 10, 11, 12 points, which is more than a Cancelo can get, is what I'm saying. Chris Freddy with a super chart. Sup, Dan? Captain Bruno or Gundogan? Or differential Captain Watkins? I would definitely prefer Bruno over Gundogan. Definitely prefer Bruno there. Watkins as a differential is interesting. But at the end of the day, Watkins has not done the business for a little while, has he? I don't know if you call him out of form or out of luck, but he's not been picking up the points that we want him to. He is desperately needing better service. He is desperately needing to get in high quality goal scoring opportunities. There's no high quality chances being created at Aston Villa, or at least Wolves isn't. Watkins isn't getting them. He's maybe because he's drifting too far to the left, or I don't know. He's not getting high quality chances though. That's the issue. Are Newcastle going to give up some chances? Maybe, because Newcastle have been pretty tragic. But Aston Villa have not been massively impressive recently, so it would definitely be differential. It would definitely be differential going for Watkins. I don't think I'm tempted by it, to be honest. But then I've got De Bruyne, who is already a little bit differential. So I'm happy with my differential. It's a safer differential. And I do like a safe differential captain. I think that's the place you want to be. You want to have a player who is pretty low ownership, but a pretty good player. You know, if you're ahead of the curve a little bit, like I am with De Bruyne, I'm probably behind the curve in many other respects. I'm well behind the curve, well behind the masses with Kane. I need to get him in. And I'm way behind everyone else with Kane ownership. But I'm ahead with De Bruyne. So I've got him. I can captain him. Bish bash bosh. Bob's your uncle. Love that. Veltman or Dunk when money isn't a problem. The thing is, you say money isn't a problem, but in 2-3 game weeks time, money might be a problem. You might be very short of your target. I think Dunk and Veltman are about as good as one another. Therefore, since they're the same price, so different prices, go for Dunk. I can't get any. Everything that comes out of my mouth is the opposite of what I'm trying to say. Go for Veltman over Dunk, I would say. Veltman's underlying stats are looking really good right now. But Brighton consistently underperform their expected stats. Consistently. It's so frustrating. It really is. Well, I mean, as someone who's got 2 Brighton players, but maybe I'm a bit of a lunatic, so there we are. FPL George says, play one of Veltman, Bamford and Rafinha. Well, I mean, just cast your eyes to my team. I have 2 Brighton defenders and both Rafinha and Bamford. And yeah, I've opted for the Brighton defenders. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's just pop that like there. Super chat from Martin says, your thoughts? Martinez target, Dunk, Digne, Cancelo, Salah, captain. Interesting. Gundogan, Fernandes, Son, DCL, Watkins, bench, Edison, Iona, Lookman, Bamford. What do I say about that? I say there's strong argument. No, actually, I don't know. I'm probably not going to make many saves. Yeah, it looks good, to be fair. It does look good. Probably hold your 2 transfers, to be honest. Yeah. I would hold you. I mean, Salah captain is the only thing that's standing out as a bit risky there. But you could maybe go for Bruno Fernandes as a slightly safer captain pick. But aside from that, you're looking pretty good. Save the 2 transfers, and although you don't even have to. I mean, right, the option here, basically, you could go DCL and Salah out for Kane and... Have you got Rafinha? You wouldn't want to play Rafinha, though, would you? So it's kind of like maybe Traore at Aston Villa. That could be pretty nice. Salah and DCL out, and Kane and Traore in. But does that make your team massively better? I'm not convinced it does for this game week. So maybe just I don't know, swap Digne out for an Aston Villa defender or something, just so you don't waste the transfer. That's perhaps what I'd do. Torb Jorn God 420 says, do you think I should play Vestergaard or Konsa? My other back 2 are Shaw and Cancelo. I would play Konsa over Vestergaard, I think. Conte's actually, he's had a few good goal scoring chances recently, hasn't he? And Newcastle have none of their attacking players already. None of their good ones. No Alassane Maximin, no Almiron, no Wilson. So, and the God King Martinez is in goal. Aston Villa have been okay defensively recently. Conte seems like the one to play. And you know what? If you've got like a Bamford or Rafinha in your starting 11, I would bench them and play both Vestergaard and Conte, to be honest. But Southampton have been a bit tragic in defence. They continue to be tragic in defence. Connor Lynch says Kane or Bruno captain. Both good options. If you want to go, the thing is they're both sensible options. They're the two sensible options. I would edge towards Kane on that one, Connor. I would edge towards Kane, but there is not much in it. There really is not much in it. David says -4 for Bruno to KDB and Stones development. Absolutely not. I would definitely not do that. Bench Bamford or Antonio. I would bench Bamford and play Antonio. Damn, mate. Bringing in Kane. Who do I transfer out? DCL or Antonio? Well, I mean, if we're thinking about game week 29, then we've got to take out DCL, really. And on form, you take out DCL as well. So take out DCL and bring in Kane if you want to bring in Kane. Andre Furlong says, Dan clearly doesn't play Overwatch. Yeah, I've never played Overwatch. Is that character from Overwatch? Am I out of the loop? No, I only play Apex Legends. That's the only game I'm playing right now. Captain, shall I go quickly? Quickly again. In terms of Spurs, because a lot of people are sending in messages in the chat saying about Spurs attackers and which one should I captain. I'll say it again. Kane is a genuine captain option. Son and Bale are not nearly as appealing as Kane. Don't feel like Kane has good form against Arsenal. Arsenal have good form in general right now. They're not giving up a huge amount of chances. Spurs are scoring goals against easier teams, not against harder teams right now. Arsenal are a harder team. It's going to be a difficult game. Spurs are away. Don't expect all of Kane, Son and Bale all to haul. They cannot all haul in this game. Unless it's an absolute disaster, a fluke, one of those games that is completely unpredictable. No one's betting on a Spurs 4-0 win. No one's betting on Spurs to score 4 goals. No one's betting on Spurs to even score 3 goals in this game. Well, I don't think they are anyway. It's not a sensible bet by any stretch of the imagination. So, therefore, if Spurs are not scoring 3 or 4 goals, then only 1 or 2 players can haul from that Spurs team. And it's most likely going to be Kane. Really, really most likely going to be Kane. So, yeah. Bale, I'm not going to tell you I'm convinced by Bale. I've got nothing to prove to me that Bale would be a good captain shout. If you really fancy it, you really like the look of it, then absolutely go for it. Go for it. But for me, I'm not interested really in Bale captain. I'm not massively interested in Son captain either. But Kane is a genuine good option. Chris Freddy says, transfer in Kane for DCL and captain Kane over Bruno and take a -4. It depends. If the other transfer also improves your team, then yeah, you perhaps go for it. The difference between Kane captain and Bruno captain is not huge, I don't think. I don't think it's huge. The gunner says, do you think Pickford will get a clean sheet? Yes, I do. Probably. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I think there's a really good chance of it. Why not? Son or Bale in? Probably Son. But Bale is a little bit of a spicier differential. It's kind of up to you. Captain Dina, super risky, but yeah, you could do. You could do. Safian says, it's funny how this guy worships FPL every day and I still have more points than him when I check my team every 2 weeks. Well, I mean, yeah, these things happen. You can't predict anything, everything. I think the guy who was first for a long while, or he might even still be first. It's his first ever FPL season. I think it's a guy who was previously in #1, but it's his first FPL season. He doesn't fully know what he's doing. But, there is such thing as luck. I'm not going to beat everyone. I'm not going to be first in the world. That's not a realistic expectation. You're literally 1 in 8 million. I've got a better chance of winning the lottery. Like, literally. Or not, maybe not literally. Depends on the scale of the lottery and the lottery numbers that you have to guess. But it's remote. It's very remote to chances of winning FPL. Plus, it's been a dodgy season for me in general, to be honest. It's not been a great one. But, we'll keep grinding. We keep playing. I'm playing for the love of FPL anyway, not for the... we don't have to do amazingly. As long as we're enjoying ourselves. And I'm still enjoying myself. I'm enjoying this season. It's been an absolutely crazy season though, guys, hasn't it? Absolutely bat crazy. Saka or Bamford to start? I would probably start Saka over Bamford. Is it okay to support a second team that plays in the same league? That's a weird question. I mean, I don't know. In the UK, and I don't know where you are from, but typically you only support one team in the top league, and then you might also support your local team, but your local team is typically in a different league. I support Arsenal, but I live sort of 45 minutes away from Arsenal Stadium, so I'll perhaps support a team that's slightly closer to me as well. Just make sure I check up on their results and see how they're getting on. Siddharth says, I have KDB and Salah, but no Son/Bale or Bruno. Do you think I should keep Salah this game week and save transfer for next week to Son/Bale or Bruno now? Don't get in Bruno now. I don't think there's much point in getting Bruno in now. I don't think you need Son or Bale in right now either, to be honest. If you've got Kane, then I think you're fine. I think you're okay. I don't think you desperately need Son or Bale this game week. KDB and Salah are good. I don't think you need... Bruno's only playing against West Ham. It's not like it's a great fixture. Bruno blanks next game week, so he's not a player that we desperately need. Is it Brighton in game week 30 as well? That's not exactly a great fixture. So, Bruno... I don't know. Bruno wouldn't be top of my shopping list. And I know a lot of people... it's the typical knee-jerk, isn't it? Bruno scored... What did he score? 10 points last game week against Man City? And people thought, 10 points? I just sold him. We've got to get him back in. He's just scored 10 points. But you look and you see other players at similar price. How much did they score? Well, Kane scored more points. De Bruyne scored more points. These are players with similar prices. We can go and say Bale. Bale scored more points. Cheaper. So you can panic and say, oh, I want Bruno back. But maybe you should actually be looking at some of these other guys. Better fixtures. More fixtures. And, we're progressing with our teams rather than going back and forth. Bruno in, Bruno out, Bruno in. I took Bruno out. It looked dodgy after the first game, but when De Bruyne came in clutch in the second game, which he very much did, then suddenly I was absolutely laughing. And it was a good transfer, it turns out. I mean, it wasn't a good enough transfer to save the rest of my team, but it was still a very good transfer. Why are you benching Bamford? Someone says. I mean, I don't expect him to score against Chelsea. Chelsea are just not conceding goals. It's tricky. Bench Ben White or Bamford? Well, just check out my team. A lot of people say this. Who would you bench out of Rafinha and Dunk? Well, I mean, I'm literally playing Dunk and benching Rafinha, so I guess that answers that one. Check my team. Just look. It's like right. Wait. That way. It's right there. Who would I bench out of White and Bamford? It's there. It's right there. I hope that answers that question. Sorry for the sarcasm, but I just find it funny. What's the next best triple captain fixture, do you think? Well, let's wait for double game weeks. Let's wait for double game weeks to be announced. When we got double game weeks, then we'll start talking about triple captains again, I think. I mean, if you want a triple captain on a single game week, you can, but I'm not going to sit here and recommend a triple captain on anything other than a double game week, to be honest, because you may as well play your odds, really. A player over 2 games is far more likely to score well than a player over 1 game. That's just facts. You know, you're doubling your chances, aren't you? Even a really good fixture, a really amazing fixture in a single game week, 2 average fixtures in a double game week is better. It's just so much better. Okay. So, Son for KDB, please need to know. No, because game week 29. Right, this is another thing. Actually, I want to talk about this. Oh, we've got a super chat. Right, very quickly, I'm going to just check the super chat. Then I'm going to talk about something very quickly. And then we'll do our quick fire questiones. 100 questions. I need someone to count, by the way. I'm going to try and answer 100 questions in 5 minutes. FPL Lavish Davish says, that's a great name, by the way. Matty Cash is back. Might bench boost. Depends on the strength of your bench boost. Lavish Davish. Lavish Davish, that's a fun thing to say. Yeah, it depends on the strength of your bench. If you really like the look of your bench, then go for it. Go for it. Why not? You know, you should play your bench boost when your bench is at its absolute peak. And if you think it's at its peak now, then go for it. Right, I said I was going to talk about something. And talk about something I am. Oh, wait, what? Where am I going? Let's go on stats. Right. Here's the situazione. I'm sorry for all the clicking about, by the way. This is the situazione, which is one way of saying situation. When we look at the most transferred in players, you can see them here. Mount, Richarlison, De Bruyne, Shaw, Mahrez, Ward-Prowse, Gundogan. So everyone below Kane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. If you discount Son, we can take Vardy as well. Bruno Fernandes, maybe. None of these players, not a single one of these players, play in game week 29. None of them. Out of all the players you see on screen right now, Bale, Kane, Son and Creswell are the only players that you see on your screen right there, unless I've missed one somehow. They're the only players that actually even play in game week 29. So, you know, unless you've got a free hit that you're going to use in game week 29 or a wild card that you're going to use in game week 29, in which case, absolutely fair enough. I'm not talking about people who are, you know, doing something majestic in game week 29 or by some miracle already have 11 players for game week 29 or, you know, 9 or 10, which is fine too. Like, do you really think that Mount in this game week alone is going to outscore a player like, I don't know who to say, but like another midfielder over 2 game weeks? Is Richarlison, is he going to outscore Ollie Watkins when Ollie Watkins plays 2 fixtures over the next 2 game weeks and Richarlison plays 1 fixture over the next 2 game weeks? It's kind of like a double game week, isn't it? If Bale was on a double game week, Kane was on a double game week, Watkins was on a double game week, all the players who play in game week 29, if they didn't play in game week 29 and all their fixtures were moved to game week 28, we'd have all of these double game weeks, right? If that was the case, would you be bringing in Mount on a single game week? Would you be bringing in Richarlison on a single game week? De Bruyne, Shaw, Mahrez, Ward-Prowse, Gundogan, Vardy. Would you be bringing them in on a single game week when there are other players that have a double game week? You'd probably say no. Now, everyone's situation is unique, but I'm seeing a lot of people kind of saying like, oh, I might take out Son and bring in Bruno Fernandes. Well, Son plays this game week and next game week. Bruno Fernandes plays this game week. Not a particularly good fixture either against West Ham. And then blanks next game week. What's the point? You're going to have to transfer Son back in again next game week to cover it because you just lost an entire player for game week 29. Similar situations going all over the place. I guess if you're taking out a player who doesn't play next game week with and replacing them with another player who doesn't play next game week, you know, that maybe that's a little bit more acceptable. But I'm seeing a lot of people like, you know, taking out Bamford to bring in, you know, someone who looks good this game week, you know, taking out Bamford, bringing in Calvert-Lewin or something like that. It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. It's baffling. Like, we can go to transfers out. Bamford, there you go. Bamford is one of the most transferred out players off the game week. Yeah, I would quite like to hold on to Bamford. No, I don't think he's going to score this game week. That's why I'm benching him. But I don't want to... I would rather have that extra player for Gameweek 29. You know, people transferring out Watkins. Why? Transferring out Son. Oh my God. I spoke about this in my buy, sell, keep, avoid video earlier on in the week. Don't get rid of Watkins and Son. They play 2 game weeks in 2 game weeks. Most other players play 1 game week in 2 game weeks. Anyway, that's rant over. There's my rant of the day. Hopefully I'm talking a little bit of sense. Maybe you think I'm being absolutely crazy. Maybe you think there's more to it. Maybe I'm oversimplifying it. And to be fair, I am oversimplifying it for sure. You know, quite frankly, because I can't. Everyone's team is slightly different. Everyone's situation is slightly different. So you can't really do one size fits all. But yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that particular topic. Okay. I don't know what you guys think about that, but yeah, that's a general, I guess, a general bit of advice for you right now. And I said the same thing over Twitter yesterday, I think. So there you go. I'm sure that might annoy a few people who might have done those exact transfers this game week, but yeah. It sounds like we've got a couple of volunteers to count our quickfire questions. I think we should start relatively soon on the quickfire. We're not going to start yet, but basically what's going to happen, and I need a few of you guys, if you possibly can, try and count how many questions I answer. I'm going to start I'm just going to start in like a minute. I'm going to answer as many questions as I can from you guys. Just put a question in the chat. Not quite yet. In like 1 minute's time. Put a very, very short question. The shorter the question, the better. Because I want to answer 100 questions in 5 minutes. So yeah. The quickfire questions are started to come in already. I don't want to start yet because I want to go right to deadline. I want to go right to the deadline and see and do 100. How is Dan Burns' underlying stats looking? Veltman's are better. Dunks are better. Dan Burns is not bad though. Skyriff says their mistakes are gain. Yeah, there is that. Of course there is. And a lot of people are, people do make short-sighted transfers, don't they? They see a massive score from last game week, don't even look at next game week and just think, he scored well last game week, better bring him in for this game week, not really taking anything else into consideration. And generally speaking, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. And, you're never going to push, 300,000, 200,000 top places kind of with that kind of strategy. It doesn't really work. Oh dear. Right. Off core, just read your message. I've not read it out loud, but I really appreciate that, man. Really do appreciate that. Right. I think let's go. Right, get your questions, guys, into the chat. Quick fire. I'm going to answer as many possible. I need someone to count me in. Count how many questions I get. So I'm going to start now. Get those questions in the chat. Quick fire, short as possible. A or B type questions. I'm going to go in 3, 2, 1. Maguire or Rafinha, I will go for Maguire. Cancelo or Stones, I will go for Cancelo. Werner captain, I don't think I would do this. Play me, Bamford or Rafinha, I will play probably Rafinha. Captain Kane or Target, I would probably captain Kane over Target. Rudiger or Sofao, I would probably go for Rudiger start Sofao on the bench. Who to take out Rashford for? Maybe Bale or Son. Bale for Rashford, yeah, that's a good idea. Havertz in for Gundogan -4, no, I would not do that. Edison or Martinez, I probably will go for Martinez this time. Kane or Salah captain. Kane is probably a more sensible choice. Captain Bruno or Gundogan, I would captain Bruno over Gundogan. Creswell or Wan-Bissaka, I would go for Wan-Bissaka over Creswell, I think. Sterling or Bruno or Gundo captain, I would go for Bruno out of those three. Kane or KDB or Son or Bale captain, I would go for Kane or KDB. Maybe KDB if you fancy a little bit of a differential. Keep Rudiger, yeah, I would keep Rudiger for this game week. Rafinha or Bamford, I would go for Rafinha. Captain Ricardo Pereira, no, I don't think I would do that. Captain Gundo or Fernandes, I would go for Fernandes. Saka or Burn, I prefer Saka. Bamford or Rafinha, go for Rafinha. Dunk or Antonio, I would go for Probably Antonio, to be fair. Is Zaha a good idea? No, I don't think it is. El Neni for Player of the Year? No, I don't think so. Dunk or Veltman? Go for Veltman. He's a little bit cheaper and has pretty good underlying stats. Werner or De Bruyne captain? I would go for De Bruyne there. Can you? No, I'm not answering that. Thoughts on Watkins captain over KDB? Really, really, really risky. I would probably still prefer to go KDB. KDB is still differential. Start Saka instead of White. Yeah, I would think about that one. Jump on the KDB bandwagon. I think you might have missed the bandwagon, if I'm honest. Start Rafinha or Dallas. I would probably start Rafinha. But neither of them are great options, to be fair. El Ghazi for Lingard. No, just keep in Lingard and play someone off your bench. Captain KDB or Kane. KDB if you fancy a differential. Kane if you want to do a sensible one. DCL or what? Oh, okay. Probably Watkins. Rafinha or Rudiger. I would go for Rudiger in this game week. Bale or Bruno, captain. I would probably prefer Bruno over Bale. Fabianski or Lloris. I would probably prefer Lloris, I guess. Bamford or Rafinha. I'll go for Rafinha. Is Willian okay? No, I do not think he is. Captain Salah or Gundog. I'll probably go for Salah. That's kind of an interesting one, but it's really risky. Is Kane injured? No, I don't think he's going to miss any minutes. I think he's going to play 90 minutes against Arsenal. Traore or El Ghazi. I would go for Traore. Dallas or Maja for bench. I would probably bench Dallas and play him. Actually, no. I'll probably play Dallas and bench Maja, to be honest. What's the meaning of life? Cannot answer that question. Bruno or Salah captain? Bruno's the sensible captain there. Cancelo or Kane captain? I would go for Kane captain. Gundo or Mount? I would probably go for Mount if we're talking about captains. Minamino or Adams? I'd probably go for Minamino. Salah or Kane captain? I would probably go for Kane out of those two. Don't forget to brief. I am forgetting to brief. Dunk or Veltman? Go for Veltman. Creswell or me? I would go for Creswell. Me or Veltman? I would go for Veltman this game week. But, you know, there's not too much difference. Probably Veltman, though, to be fair. Bench Bamford or Antonio? I would bench Bamford and play Antonio. Start Kabak or Veltman? I would probably start Veltman. I don't even know if Kabak will play. Bale to Salah? I don't think you should do that transfer. No. Bale or Sterling captain? I would captain neither of them, to be honest. White or Veltman? Go for Veltman. Gundo or Bruno? Captain? I'll go for Bruno. Rafinha or Bamford? I'll go for Rafinha. Bruno or Kane? Captain? Take your choice. Either one of them. Both are good. When should I triple captain? Wait for a double game week. Dunk or Veltman? Go for Veltman. Antonio or Dunk? I would go for probably Antonio this game week. Back the attacker. Sterling or Salah captain? I do prefer Salah to Sterling captain, that's for sure. Salah or Bruno captain? I'll probably go for Bruno. Salah captain is a differential, yes or no? It is a differential. It is a risk. If you accept the risk, then go for it. De Bruyne bench? No, do not bench your De Bruyne, or if I do think he is going to play. Who should play, DCL or Watkins? I think you should probably play Watkins, but ideally try and play both. Rafinha or Rudiger? Definitely play Rudiger. Replacement for Lowton? I can't answer that one here. Who to take Rashford out for? Go for Son or Bale. Captain Salah or Bruno? Go for Bruno, is the sensible choice. Bench Bamford or Wood? I would bench Bamford and go for Wood. Is Veltman a good asset? Yes, I do think he is. Traore or Ghazi? I will go for Traore. Gundo or Kane for captain? I'll go for Kane for captain there. El Ghazi in for Newcastle? Maybe. I'd probably prefer Traore. Salah to Bale? Maybe wait just one game week before doing that. Captain Kane or Bruno? I would go for either one of those. They're both good. Start Shaw or Veltman? Take your pick. I would probably prefer Shaw just because of his attacking output proven. Getting Aubameyang, you could consider it, but I don't think it's someone you desperately need to do. Bamford or Dallas to play? Back the attacker, go for Bamford. Lookman versus me? I would probably go for me out of those two. Burn or Traore? I would go for Traore. Bamford or DCL? I'd definitely play DCL over Bamford. Triple captain, more pay? Absolutely not. Sell Lingard for Mount? No, keep Lingard in. He plays in Gameweek 29, which is pretty nice. Salah out next week? Yes, you could definitely consider doing that. Bale or Sterling? I think there's not much in that. I do like them both, to be fair, but I wouldn't captain either. Coke or Pepsi? I prefer Coke personally. Is Kane injured? No, he's not injured. Bale or Sterling? Oh yeah, again, it's too tough. Stop asking that. When should I triple captain? Wait for a double game week. Well, I'm way behind on questions. Kane or Bruno? Go for Kane. Guaita or Edison? Go for Edison this game week. Captain KDB or Bruno? Captain KDB if you fancy a risk. Bruno if you don't fancy a risk. How bad is Kane injury? It's not very serious at all. He's going to play 90 minutes. Captain Sterling? It's risky, but you could go for it. Bamford or Rafinha? Go for Rafinha. Salah or Kane? Captain? I would go for Kane if you want to play it safe. Salah if you fancy a massive risk. Shaw or Rafinha? I would probably back Shaw in this situation. Kevin De Bruyne or McGoldrick, maybe you mean? Kevin De Bruyne for sure. Shaw or Regulon? Probably this game week I would probably go for Shaw. Creswell or Brighton defender? I would probably prefer Brighton defender if I'm honest. De Bruyne on the bench? And I don't think so. Salah or kiss me. I'd rather kiss you than go for Salah, I think. Bamford or Rafinha? Go for Rafinha. When is Grealish back? He's meant to be back next game week, but I don't know for sure if he's going to be there. Zaha or Eze? I do prefer Zaha, but I don't think you should buy either of them in FPL right now. Creswell or Bamford? I'd probably back Creswell this game week, to be honest, because there is attacking output there. You know, I don't think Bamford's going to score against Chelsea. Bale or Salah? I like both of them. Sorry, I spammed Sterling. Bale, your answer. Start Amati over Dallas? I don't really know, and I think that's time. Oh my god. I think, how many? Please tell me I did 100. Please tell me. Breathe. Breathe. Who counted? 104! Someone says 90, 95! No! Oh, damn. 107, someone says. Oh, I don't know. I forgot. Well, I mean, that's the deadline, by the way, guys. A few people said I got over 100. FPL Giant, I trust, as mod. 105. A few people said 105. It felt like over 100. Someone says 120. I don't think it was quite that high. Oh, my God. I just answered 100 FPL questions in 5 minutes. Let's go. Man, that was intense. Louis Cash says you were muted. Imagine. No one counted. I'm sure some people counted. My wife says this guy speaks too fast. Well, yeah, when I'm trying to answer 100 questions in 5 minutes, hell yeah, I speak too fast. I used the counter app. It was definitely over 100. Nice one, man. I mean, you know, we could always, we can check the chat replay. Imagine if you were muted. I know, you're crazy. Yeah, we can check the chat replay and count it properly. Just check VAR. VAR decision. 105 questions answered. But there we go, guys. We locked in. Hopefully everyone made their transfers in time. Hopefully my quick fire question answers helped. Hopefully everyone's got their captain locked and loaded. I think, as we always do, FPL mate, top 10 rappers Eminem was too afraid to diss. You got it, Sandy. Let's talk captains then, guys, because it's a weird game week for captains, right? Because like I was saying, I don't think there's a massive I don't think there's a standout choice. I mean, we're talking about Brunos and KDBs and Kanes, and I imagine that's what most of us will be captaining. Ejaz says, don't forget to get your wifey to give us tips. Yeah, she didn't want to do it this game week. She's had a bit of a rough week at work and stuff. It's just been stressful. She's at work right now as well. So, nothing this week. But next week. I'll try and convince her next week, and we'll get her to do some tips on Twitter. There we go. Right, guys. Who is your captain? Put in the chat just one message each, please. If you could, please only put one message in the chat. Who did you captain? Let's find out. Who are the popular captains amongst the deadline stream chat. Let's have a look. FPL Giant says I wanted to buy Dyke. Alright, let's read it. And, you know, a message is going to fly in, so I'm going to have to read them on my phone. Because otherwise I'm going to miss. Right, so we've got loads of Canes. Oh, wow. Loads of Canes. Few Salahs. Kane. Bruno, KDB. Salah. The usual suspects. Richarlison's an interesting one there. Gundogan, I don't know. A few people going for Gundogan. I don't know how I feel about this one. Emi Martinez, don't laugh. I won't laugh. Emi Martinez has been smashing it. Salah and Kane look popular, yeah. Kane is clearly the big choice here, isn't it? Salah is a real risky one, but it could happen. Hey, bud, what's with all the blue shirts? Absolute coincidence. Kane, Salah, and a couple of KDBs. Joel Linton. Salad. I can't believe how popular Salah is, to be honest. I thought we'd all sort of lost a bit of faith in Salah, to be honest. I do get the appeal of taking out, of leaving in Salah and captaining him. I get the appeal, but I don't know if I trust him. The underlying stats say Salah is the best captain. Like, quite literally. It says he's the best captain. That's what the underlying stats say. but he's got to prove it, and he's not been proving it. So that's my issue with Salah. But I mean, guys, if you've punted on Salah, absolute fair play to you. I do hope it pays off, because you're taking a big gamble. You've gone against the grain a little bit there, and you know I love it. When a differential captain comes, when someone does a differential captain and it pays off, and people are prepared to follow their guts, I love it, and I really hope you do well. I genuinely do. I think that is, you know, that's probably the most fun thing about FPL, is seeing different people, you know, going for different interesting transfers in and different and interesting captains and stuff like that, and seeing, do they come off, do they pay off, do they fail catastrophically. This is the fun of FPL. I really, that's what I like about it, you know. Suddenly everyone in the FPL community captain Salah. I know, crazy. You know, I do think Salah is more likely to blank than he is to get points, if I'm honest. But if he does get points, it's big points, right? And that's the situation. 250 likes reached. Oh, nice one, guys. Josh Harvey says, "Hi, I'm new. I got Ndidi as captain. You certainly are new." Kane / Mount. Yeah, those are solid shouts. Salary is on -443 on predicted price right. Oh my god, that's insane. Must be a few wild cards as well, but yeah, Salah is yeah, a lot of people selling him. You can't blame people. You can't blame when a player is the most expensive player in FPL. You know, people demand a lot. People demand a lot. Storyteller Nepal says, yeah, deadline is gone. Deadline is gone 7 minutes ago, so we missed it. Salah is underrated every season. Oh, come on. Salah is not underrated. He's like the ultimate go-to FPL player over the last few years. You just start every season with Salah and you don't take him out. And you captain him most weeks in FPL. He's crazy. Jack Anderson says, indeed, he will score 3 now. Imagine. Imagine. You know, stranger things have happened in football. Dean McKinney says, had Werner for ages, last minute change to Mo Salah. Yeah, to be fair, I probably prefer Salah to Timo Werner. Thoughts on Mount? Yeah, I like him. You don't expect Salah to haul, but he's your vice. Yeah, because I didn't have the guts to put him as my captain. And I don't really have anyone else that stands out to me. Son, not that fussed. You know, I think Salah is a super risky one, like so super risky that I do like a super risk, but not enough to put him as my captain. I mean, what are the chances of KDB not playing anyway? So remote, like it's fine. Ryan says, how much do I have to donate to spill the beef between you and Let's Talk FPL? I'll do a video on it. I'll do it. KO says, sorry, missed the stream. Had to mod for Nathan Bacon. No worries at all, man. You know, there's loads of streams. And, you know, you take your pick. There's loads of great FPL content available. All over the place. There's absolutely no pressure to watch anyone in particular. I don't think so, anyway. Ziyech, differential, madness or genius? Well, I mean... We'll judge it after, won't we? We'll judge it after. I mean, if we're judging before the fact, then it's madness. But you know, we end this game week and Ziyech has got a couple of returns. We're suddenly saying you're a genius, Ziyech, insane. I can see Fulham keeping a clean sheet. Their trails are up. Man, I don't. The problem is, I always say, I do think Fulham are a good defence, but Man City are also definitely the best attack in the league. So no matter how good a defence is, when you come up against the best of the best attacks, then generally speaking, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Few people who always ask to see my cat in the videos, in the streams. My cat is indeed awake today, so I thought Let's get him over. Let's get the cat over. So you guys stop asking about him, basically. Hello. Would you like to come and show me? Right. Here he is. Say hello. So here is my best friend in the world. Given that I've been in lockdown for essentially a year now, he's been my only mate. Well, obviously my fiance, but my only mate for chilling out, hanging out, is this little chubby guy. You're not that chubby, are you? He's just big boned. You're just fluffy, aren't you? So there you are. There we go. FPL Giant says, I once tried to initiate the piece, but he didn't want to cooperate. Yeah. I mean, hopefully. What is his name? His name is Milton. He sat on my lap now. I just hope one day we can sort stuff out, because at the end of the day, FPL YouTubers, we're all in this together. We've got similar experience. I mean, like when I first started out, you know, Andy actually came to me and asked me for some tips on YouTube, because my channel was growing quite fast. He was trying to boost his second channel, and I helped him out, because I do believe, and I, you know, whenever people message me about, you know, YouTube related questions, I like helping people out on YouTube, and, you know, sharing the stuff that I do know, because obviously I've been around the block for a long time on YouTube in general. I know this FPL channel's relatively new, but yeah, I'm sure it will be sorted out eventually. I hope so. I hope so, because I do believe we're all in it together, and I'm starting to try and do a little bit more for other YouTubers as well. Like I shouted out a few YouTubers on Twitter. I might as well shout them out here as well, because there are a few YouTube channels that are slightly smaller. Some of them have been around a lot longer than me as well. They really do deserve a lot more attention, because there are some great YouTube channels out there. So I'll just read out my tweet. Or shall I? No, let's bring up my tweet on screen, and we can shout these guys out, because then you can see their Twitter profiles as well. Oh, that's a big old white screen. And also follow FPL Mate on Twitter. We're almost at 10,000 followers. And that would be awesome to hit 10,000 followers at some point. That's a crazy amount. Love it. Right. Where are we? Plenty of memes. If you're into memes, I am. Right, here we go. So, here is my big up shout outs for other YouTube channels that I think you should check out. So, Elite FPL, their streams are insane. They really are. I like them. They're just so well made. They're so well made. I really just think that it's fantastic. So Elite FPL, definitely recommend them. In terms of streaming content, I take a lot of inspiration from them. I hope I can start when I have a slightly better hardware. My computer can handle a little bit more complicated streams. Definitely going to take huge influence from them, because they smash it. Nathan Bacon, he's so funny. He's like, his humour is a little bit British humour, which is why I think he hasn't been able to grow. But, you know, if there was more people from the UK interested in FPL content, I think Nathan Bacon would definitely be bigger than me. He's you know, he's well edited. He's funny. He makes jokes and stuff. He's Cyanide 69 has just said, Nathan Bacon, upbeat, entertaining. This is exactly, you know, I think that's what that. I mean, this is my preference for content, right? So there you go. Nathan Bacon, definitely worth checking out. FPL Juice recently went on one of their shows. They've got an awesome podcast studio setup. It's so cool. I love their studio so much. I got to get one of them as well at one point. We'll see. Maybe when we're at 100,000 subscribers or more, we can try and make a bit of a nice kind of studio type look or something like that. They got an insane studio, and they're just down to earth guys, chatting, making jokes, having fun, you know, bouncing off one another, making things fun and entertaining. They're real entertainers. Really like the guys at FPL Juice. And then we've got that FPL Lounge, which they do kind of interviews. So they interview FPL managers, they interview content creators and stuff like that. And they just do so many interviews. You pretty much have an interview for any FPL creator / top manager you can think of. It's going to be on that channel. So there you go. Jill Yates says, why do you hate Let's Talk FPL? I don't hate him at all. I don't. I literally don't. I honestly, he was a huge influence for my channel. I have a huge amount of respect for him. A huge amount of respect. And I don't think he's a bad guy either. I don't think he's a bad guy at all. Who edits your videos? I edit them myself. Which is fine. Maybe I could do a bit more. I probably could do a bit more editing. But the thing is, it's so hard to do a lot of editing on FPL content, because FPL content is so time sensitive that you spend an extra few hours editing a video, and suddenly the content is out of date. So you really kind of do have to rush it out a little bit. So it's tough. You know, people who do a lot of edits typically will only have 1 or 2 videos per week. You know, if I want to keep going and going and going, videos every day type thing. There you go. Of course, says, I'm a self-employed artist and lockdown has been hard. That sucks, man. It sucks. But yeah, you'll get through it, dude. Your channel helps a lot. FPL is good to get us through. Yeah, definitely. FPL has helped me massively, you know, just as, you know, a source of excitement. You know, the community that we've kind of built here, like chatting with you guys, has helped me enormously through lockdown. Like, you guys have no idea. You guys have just been amazing for you know, my self-confidence. You know, just as a motivation, it's been awesome. Why do you hate JMO? Do you mean Jano? I don't hate him either. I don't hate anyone. Do I hate anyone? I hate people who are like actually like nasty. But there's not really very many people who have done that. Danford David said, didn't know there were people out there who don't use dark mode. Yeah, I mean, I switched it for the sake of the streams because it looked a bit grungy on stream. But on my phone and on my other computer, I have it on dark mode. Hassan says, why was I blocked on Twitter? I have no idea. Probably something you said. Dylan Williams said, can you shout out FPL Penguin? I mean, I can shout him out. I can say, hey guys, go check out FPL Penguin, but I don't know enough about FPL Penguin to really do it justice. I don't think I don't really think it's right to shout out people unless you are genuinely kind of passionate about their content. So FPL, mate, list all YouTubers that you watch, all YouTubers in general. That would be a pretty. To be fair, a lot of the content I watch is kind of science and geography and history. Pretty boring, really, guys. I'm not going to bore you guys. Kurtzgazat. How do you say that? In a nutshell, I watched them. That's one of the bigger channels I watched. Team Light Mode. Oh, get out of here. Jack Anderson, do you play PlayStation or Xbox? I play Xbox. Is that a meowing cat? You alright, Milton? I don't know what he wants. I on the last gen I had an Xbox and a PlayStation. So when I decided to buy the new stuff, I bought Xbox. Don't you watch Cody? What Cody Co I watch? Yeah. Do you know the Sideman? Yeah, I watch Sideman. What's a good history you watch? Oversimplified. I really like Oversimplified. Educates us about science and history and geography. I'm not an expert. I'm just a nerd. P.S. I may donate something if you wanted background. As a thanks for your efforts and shout out. No, there's really no need. I mean, my day job is a graphic designer, or at least part of my day job is a graphic designer. So I do it all myself anyway, which is fine. PlayStation has the games. I mean, I don't play that many games anyway. I prefer the dashboard and the controller on the Xbox. That's the reason I have an Xbox, and I only play like Apex Legends, play FIFA. You know, at the first part of its yearly cycle. I'm not playing FIFA at the moment, for example, because I got a little bit bored of it, to be honest. Might start a career mode up at some point. But there you go. Hassan says, I generally can't remember ever saying anything worthy of getting blocked on Twitter. Well, I don't know. I don't block people for no reason, though. Bet Dan got all A's at A level and was still fuming. No. No, I failed my A levels. Yeah. I failed them. Failed them hard. And you know why I failed them? And why? Because I was too busy, rather than studying and rather than doing my work, I was too busy drawing stuff on the computer, you know, editing little videos, making little animations, making little graphics and stuff. I was too busy doing that, and that ended up being my job, and that ended up translating here to YouTube as well. So, you know, and you know, I've done a lot of freelance graphic work as well. So at the end of the day, you know, even though I didn't do so well in A levels, it doesn't really matter, because I was instead focusing on something I was passionate about, and I think that's a really good thing to do. Apex Legends second channel, I'm not good enough. I mean, I'm a diamond ranked player, but I'm not like, you know, good enough. Maybe I'll start streaming at some point. Do you have Xbox Game Pass? Yeah. Hello. What do you want, cat? Oh, you want to meow at me? He wants to go outside. Right, I'm just going to let my cat outside very quickly. I'll be 1 second, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. No, you haven't left. No one's left out there. You haven't left me. Don't leave me, guys. I still need you. Hello, I'm back. Any mobile games you play? Not really. Not really, to be honest. Just play Apex at the moment. Literally. Yeah, what about Twitch? Yeah. Yeah, I mean... yeah, I thought about doing some Twitch stuff, playing some Apex, playing FIFA at the beginning of the yearly cycle, maybe playing some other random games. I'll perhaps do Twitch. I need a bit more... Why do you call him her cat? I don't know. Do watch any Apex content? A little bit, but not really. Yeah, when I go full time, which I will go full time on this channel, I'm aiming to go full time on the YouTube on the 1st of August. So from August, I'm hoping to be full time here. I'll have a bit more free time, and I might start a Twitch channel, and you know, it won't be FPL. We might talk a little bit of FPL, but it would be pretty be pretty casual. Yeah. It'll be pretty casual. COD Warzone is better than Apex. I can never really go into COD Warzone. I prefer Apex. I like it's free, by the way, guys. If you like, it's definitely a game. If you like first-person shooters, or if you, I don't know if any of you guys played the what are they called? Titanfall games. It's kind of like Titanfall. It's really nice movement mechanics. It's kind of got Overwatch elements to it in terms of each character is unique and has unique powers. It's really good. It's like, in my opinion, it's the best first-person shooter I have played since, you know, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2. That's my opinion, anyway. Anyway, Dan Cross says, "Have you got video ideas for the off-season?" Yes, I do, actually. Yeah, I mean, assuming there's enough interest from you guys, I want to do Euros. I wanted to do Euros fantasy. If you guys will watch Euros fantasy, then I will do Euros fantasy over. Oh, there you go. Of course, says, will you do tips for European Championships for a similar Premier League? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll do Euros fantasy for the month. Jonathan said, I would watch you, mate, on Twitch. Nice one, man. As long as a few of you. I mean, I wouldn't do it to like get a big audience or anything like that. You know, but like if a few of you are interested, I'll play it anyway. There you go. And what about PUBG? Never played. We should play Apex together. Yeah, maybe, man. Hit me up on Twitter. What's your thoughts on Mara's captain? It's an interesting one. Where to play Euros fantasy? You can't. They have an official one, don't they? It's usually sponsored by like McDonald's or something. It's usually like the McDonald's Euros fantasy or something like that. Dan Chris says, I've got tickets to 2 matches. Oh, that's sick, man. That's so cool. What about Champions League ones too? No, because that kind of crosses over with FPL. I would only do Euros because it is in the FPL off season. I don't really want to mix up content at the same time, kind of thing. Hey Dan, since I found your channel, I've really loved your content. I want to say keep up the good work because the videos are really enjoyable to watch. Greetings all the way from Colombia. Thank you so much, man. Albiazul. That's a cool name. And yeah, nice one. From Colombia. I'd watch you play FIFA. Yeah, we'll see. See how good I am at FIFA. I'm okay. Do you play Fortnite? Don't play Fortnite. No. I mean, I used to when it first came out and all the hype. When it was all the hype, I played. But I feel like it's gone like a little bit, I don't know, a bit too, I don't know, kiddie? Is that the word? I don't know. It's not for me. Yes, please do the Euros fantasy content. Well, your wish is my command. Messi to Man City. Well, we'll see. Triple Captain Delap locked in. Blimey. Love from India. Love to you too. Mbappe Triple Captain. Well, I mean, yeah, when we're doing Euros fantasy, we might be looking for Mbappe Triple Captain, won't we? Can't remember what the chips are. It's been 5 years since I played Euros fantasy. I can't remember what the chips are. I think they only have 2 chips. I think. Or do they? I don't know. I don't know. Did you hear about EA employees secretly selling icons for thousands? Yeah, I did hear about that. Crazy stuff. It is pretty crazy. I have triple Spurs attack and Mount Captain. That's pretty nice, Dylan, to be fair. Dan Cross, if he falls for that. Yeah, it's alright. I saw the message. I'm not falling for that. Yeah, you guys have got me too many times before. But today, I mean, I'm feeling pretty sharp in the brain. I mean, I did 100 questions in 5 minutes. My brain is in a good place. How do you get the Euro FPL? They'll release a website or an app or something. They do every time there's a major international tournament on. And yeah, you just pick. It's 3 players in the group stage, and then when it gets to the last 16, I think you're allowed 4 players from the remaining teams. I think it actually gives you a wild card going into the last 16 or something like that. It's quite different to FPL, but it's good fun though. It is good fun. It's more difficult though, and it is a little bit different. But yeah, looking forward to playing it. To be honest, I love international tournaments. I really do. Oh, but when's the Q&A? I mean, I could either do it this weekend, or I thought maybe I'd save it for the international break. The thing is, I'm worried that I'm not gonna have enough content to put out on the international break. So I've been kind of putting the Q&A video off a little bit, thinking maybe that would be the best time to do it, because I need to fill the gap. There's not a huge amount to talk about. Do Arsenal career mode off season. That's a Twitch thing, maybe. What's your goal for FPL? I mean, at this point, top 1% is a sort of a minimum for me. So I hope I'll still get top 1%. But we'll see. We'll see how my wild card goes. That'll be the big thing. Lineups in 1 minute. Yes, we will do lineup. Oh, in fact, there we are. I don't think the chips I remember, but you say a wild card after the group stage. Oh, right. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. But yeah, there is that wild card. I mean, it's been 5 years since the last Euros Fantasy. Can't remember how the World Cup did theirs as well. I don't actually know if I played World Cup Fantasy or not. I can't remember. But let's see if the lineups are out on Twitter. May as well have a sneaky peek. Oh, hello. Who have we got here? Few of you following as well. Nice one, guys. Nice one. And have you tweeted fantasy yet? Come on, tweet it out. Tweet out the scores, or I might have to go to. Oh no, yeah, they've just been. Yeah, here we go. All right, let's have a looky loo. Right. Christ. Oh dear. I am glad I'm not a Newcastle United fan. I'll tell you that. Jesus. You're playing 4 at the back? Or is Isaac Caden playing in defence? Oh my... What formation is that? 4-2-2-2? I don't know what I'm looking at here. But Paul Dummett at left wing back? Surely not. Or left back. Christ. Alright. Right, I hope you guys have got some Aston Villa attackers such as Ollie Watkins. Any surprises? Barkley still on the bench. El Ghazi still on the bench. Oh, he didn't even play last game. Cash is back on the bench, which is interesting. He'll probably play next game week, you'd say, in that case. Barkley and El Ghazi, though, continue to be annoying. I mean, earlier on in the stream, just particularly during the quickfire, I did say, don't go for El Ghazi, go for Traore. So hopefully, I can't remember who it was who said it, but if you were thinking about going for El Ghazi and I said go for Traore, hopefully you did that. There you go. Hope you did that. But man, look at this Newcastle team. 4-3-3 most likely. Well, yeah, possibly. There you go. Your stream cheered me up, but as a Newcastle fan, that team just depressed me. I kind of get it. It's dodgy, isn't it? But the thing is, you've got Wilson out, you've got Almiron out, you've got Alan Saint-Maximin out, and you don't have very many exciting players as it is. But the 3 most exciting players are out. I mean, Joe Willock is interesting. Matt Target 3 assists. Ollie Watkins Hattie. Would you like that? I just like Ollie Watkins to get a hat trick. If that happens, then I'm happy. Ollie Watkins hat trick of hitting the post incoming. There we go. What rank is 1%? It's about 80,000th. Blimey. Have you ever played 5 defenders in a single game week? I think I have, like, once. Well. How many goals will Newcastle concede? No, remember that Aston Villa are not in great form either. So you can say Newcastle as bad as you like, but Aston Villa have not exactly been, massively impressing us recently. But you look at that and you do think Aston Villa will win. But, when Aston Villa are winning at the moment, they're winning 1-0. So, is it going to be another 1-0? Maybe. Right, look at these two. You can see the likes going up on each of them. Newcastle's lineup has more comments. Aston Villa's has more likes. Because clearly, Newcastle fans are not liking this lineup. But what can you do? You're so limited by the players that you have. Of course, it's looking like a 2-0. Yeah, I'd probably agree with you there. Is wildcarding on Gameweek 29 a good idea? Having 11 players to play? Probably not, no. Michael says, I need to go. Love the stream. Glad you liked it, man. Enjoy the rest of your evening or whatever you're up to. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think I'd be wanting to wildcard in Game Week 29. I don't think there's going to be enough points in Game Week 29 to base your entire team around players who play in Game Week 29. There is, you kind of got to look at the bigger picture a little bit there. Next season, can we get Dean Henderson in between the sticks in FPL? If he's a consistent starter. Yeah, if De Gea leaves, then yeah. You can now see Game Week 29 in the app. Should we do a bust team? All right, let's do a bust team. I like it on this screen. It looks smoother. We'll do a bus. So we can see just how few players I have currently. I've got 2 transfers in the bag though. So many people are going to have their captain and vice captain on players not playing. This is going to be a huge week. So I'm probably going to get rid of Salah. I'm probably going to get rid of Cancelo. Maybe. And Calvert-Lewin. So that, yeah. So it'll be. I'm going to go into the game week with 9 players. Unless I see a strong reason to take a -4, but I think I'd rather not take a -4 if I'm honest. But I don't know. I just feel like it's not worth going all in game week 29. With 9 players in game week 9 should be fine. I really do think so. Leon says, I will now be a consistent watcher of deadline streams. Yes, nice one. Yeah. So what I'll really be kind of looking to do is unless I see a double game week, although even then I probably wouldn't. Yeah, so what I'm basically doing here is I'm taking Salah out, I'm taking Calvert-Lewin out, and I'm putting in Kane, and I'm putting in one other player, probably Traore, but not definitely Traore. It might be someone else. So let's just do it, like just show you for the sake of it. Put in Kane, and I don't know who else. I mean, I thought about putting in like an Arsenal midfielder maybe, but there's going to be rotation. Who do you go for? Do you go for like Lookman? Nah. Don't know. Aston Villa, if they get their double game week in in game week 30, then I kind of got to get a Aston Villa midfielder in. But it's like, who? Grealish, is he going to be back in time? Maybe. If he is, then Grealish comes back and slots straight in there, I think. But if he isn't, then, like, who else do you choose? I guess Traore. It's a tough one. So I don't know who that midfielder is going to be. But that's kind of my, Lingardinho. Well, there's that option. There is that option. Who do West Ham play again in this game? Wolves. Okay, yeah. Lingard is obvious. He's a good one, isn't he? Okay, so if there's no double game week in game week 30 for Everton and Aston Villa, then Lingard comes in, doesn't he? Realistically. Yeah. And that would kind of sort me out. I could also potentially take out Ben Mee, but do I really want to? Kinda, in a way, yes. In fact, if I also did this, would I go for target? I don't know. Maybe I would just go for target and just get the big man himself. I do kind of prefer Concert though. And then Lingard. This would involve taking a -4. Why am I going to West Ham? Oh yeah, I'm looking for Lingardinho. So I could maybe do that. Then I would have 10 playing players. But I would only do that and do the extra transfer, me out for Concert, if you need Creswell. There's that as well. Yeah, but it's against Spurs, so I don't know. The idea is that I would then have Concert for 2 fixtures in game week 30, which would be nice. I don't know. I don't know if that fixture is going to be rescheduled then. I'd say it's more likely to than not. Villians double isn't that amazing, I'd say. They got Crystal Palace, haven't they? Oh, no, that's Everton. I'm getting mixed up. Who do Aston Villa have? Fulham. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, you're right. Yeah, this is why I'm talking defence. Sorry, I'm mixing myself up. Yeah, we do need to look at home advantage and stuff. I do agree with that. Yeah, so Fulham is a good fixture for Aston Villa. You say there's a clean sheet there. And then Everton, potential clean sheet. Don't know. I feel like I don't need to have 10 players for this game week though. Like the only way I'd take a -4 is if there was a double game week announcement, I would say. The other way to go is to put in Creswell there and an Aston Villa midfielder, but again, I don't know if I'd want an Aston Villa midfielder because, although maybe I would. It's tough. I need to decide properly because I do have a lot of options and a lot of it is going to depend on double game week announcements. So I'm waiting on that, and that's basically going to decide what I do. So as soon as that's announced, I'll do some proper research, look at underlying stats and stuff like that, see where we're at. But yeah, Constance is a player I'm looking at. Creswell is obviously a player I'm looking at. Lingard is a player I'm looking at. Kane is a player I definitely want. That's for sure. Traore is the player I'm looking at. So it's just basically going to be finding a combination of Kane and then probably West Ham and Aston Villa defenders / midfielders. Something like that. And then I potentially, if I've got enough money in the bank, which I would, maybe even go Bamford to Richarlison for my Game Week 30 transfer. But then Leeds have got Sheffield United, so that's tough. I wish there was more options. Maybe I'd go for Sigurdsson or something like that. Who's getting most points at Everton at the moment in terms of midfielders? Or maybe I'd go for another defender, maybe. They have got Crystal Palace. Meh. Don't know. Lots to decide. Yeah, we'll wait until we get some more solid news. You may have 10 players, but you're playing only 3 midfielders, though. That's where the most points come from normally. Yeah, normally. But the thing is, I look at these fixtures, and I do think in these fixtures, that's the wrong fixtures. In these fixtures, I do think the attackers are most appealing. You know, you look at Antonio is appealing. Bamford is maybe appealing a little bit, not massively. It's more like the defenders are standing out to me more, which is why I've doubled up on Brighton defence. Because I look at this and I don't see a huge amount of goals in these games. And if there is a huge amount of goals, where are they coming from? Well, you can pick obvious players like Harry Kane, which is fair enough. But after that, where'd you go? Arsenal are rotating. They play their game against West Ham, a couple of days after, playing, in this crucial Europa League game. So there might be rotation there. Maybe Aubameyang doesn't start. So then we can't predict that result. So it's going to be a really tricky game week. It's going to be a really tricky game week for everyone. For every single person. No one's gonna waltz through this game week. So there we are. Right, guys, I've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes. I should probably get off. Well, watch the football when it comes on. Watch the game. Maybe sneak in a couple of games of Apex before. We'll see. Cook dinner. Cook food. Get myself a nice drink. Hydrate, guys. Remember to hydrate. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to bounce off. Thank you so much, guys, by the way, today, for sticking with me for so long. It's been a nice, long stream. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed chatting with you guys. I think it's been a good stream. I think it's been a really good stream. And, obviously a lot of that is down to you guys. Or all of it's down to you guys, really. So thanks so much, guys, for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. And, most of all, good luck for this game week. I hope you all smash it. I hope your captains all get 1 million points. I hope your game week scores are 1 billion points. Yeah, hope you guys do really well this game week. And, I'll catch up with you all very soon on next week's video. videos. Follow me on Twitter. We can chat there. We can continue the topic. We can continue to rant and rave about all things FPL over on Twitter. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. See you later, mates. Bye-bye.